Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Avalanche and its Avax coin. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And if you haven't seen the previous update, it's going to be in the top right hand corner of the video. Make sure to check that out before watching this one so that you have more context. Now, jumping into the daily chart. So the last update was on February 5th. And since then, we did have a nice move to the upside on Avax. So you were up almost 29% if you did enter once you started getting above this 20 EMA. Now, if you bought in from this support level that I gave you many weeks ago, this 60.5 Fibonacci retracement level over here, from there you would have been up. Let's see, that's a nice 56% trade. Now, this is the previous all-time high for Avax, the one that we got to back in February of last year. We back tested this as support after we broke out over here, and right now we're looking for the next leg up, and we need to break a major resistance level over here. I did give you this resistance level in the last video as well. So this yellow resistance level, as you can see, we did run into it right now, and we did get sent right back down from there. And as you can see, we do have a white symmetrical triangle playing out over here. These white lines over here represent a symmetrical triangle with a strong support zone below over here. As you can see, this white trend line is holding us as support very nicely. We just had a bounce from this trend line, and we're potentially right now approaching the apex of this symmetrical triangle, and we're looking for a breakout. Now, if we do break out through this yellow trend line, once you break through these horizontal resistance lines, it usually does end up giving us a nice move to the upside. So we are potentially going to get to $100 over here and have a move to the downside afterwards. So potentially here you had a nice back test of support, you break through, get rejected from the 1.272 and get sent back down, and you back test basically this line for support and have the next move to the upside. Now, that is obviously the bullish scenario. Now, also what we have over here is the yellow trend line here at $79.14. We've held this support trend line many times before, as you can see in this descending triangle that we were in, and right now we landed slightly above this yellow support trend line. We bounced off the white trend line, and we're looking for a move to the upside. We're getting rejected from the 55 EMA on the daily chart, which is right over here, as you can see. This red line and the yellow line over here in between everything. This yellow line, if you can spot it, that's the 20 EMA, and we're breaking above the 20 EMA. And once you're above the 20 EMA, you are in a healthy uptrend. And right now on the daily chart, as you can see, we are in an uptrend as well. So we do have this low over here. We have a higher low over here. We do need to break this high over here, this local high. As you can see, we got rejected from pretty much the same level over there, and that is quite negative. So we potentially may enter a bit of a downtrend over here, actually, if Bitcoin starts pulling back, and you may land on some support levels, but we'll talk about that in a second. Right now, breaking through this level would be very bullish, and after that, you would see yourself in a target to $132, almost to the 1.414 Fibonacci retracement. But overall, Avax has been doing great. These pullbacks did give a nice buying opportunity. We are on a cusp of breaking out on Bitcoin, so we potentially can carry on with this bull market, full bull mode, as people like to say. So yeah, pay attention to the yellow trend line, pay attention to this white trend line. If you start losing the support of the symmetrical triangle, you are potentially going to start coming lower, and hitting this level over here at $71 is a great support area for us to hold, because we got rejected from this area multiple times over here, as you can see. So we potentially can come back and back test this zone as support before moving to the upside. So $71 is a support area to keep an eye on. Below that, we do have the 60.5 Fibonacci level. That's the first Fibonacci level over here, and right now we're above that first Fibonacci level, and this means that we are in a technical target to $192, and that was my target for many months now for Avax, because we were able to lay down the fibs once we had the July pullback here. We laid the fibs with the swing high at the February all-time high, and the July/June low was the swing low over here. That gave us the 1.618 target at $192. So that is going to be a major target for me. And we may obviously get overextended with this bull market and go slightly above that, but no one knows how far we can actually go. So yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. And now what I did want to do is lay a quick Fibonacci retracement over here from this swing low to that swing high. For some reason, the first fib level here is glitched out. I don't know why is that. Not the first level, the 0 level on the fib retracement. So as you can see, I can drag it, but for some reason it just doesn't work. Basically, that's the swing low, and that's the swing high, the local high that we need to break right now. As you can see, in this retracement, we went all the way up here. We went above the 786 and got rejected back down to the golden ratio, which is a very, very strong indicator in my opinion, because if you have a bounce off the golden ratio here, you are looking to take out this swing high. And once you take out the swing high at $79, you are in a technical target to $141 at the 1.618 of this little Fibonacci retracement that we have set up over here. So breaking this high will take you in a target to that move. I'm not sure how long it will take us to get back there. As you know, Avax can start pumping really hard out of nowhere, but the fact that we're bouncing off this golden ratio over here is very bullish in my opinion. So yeah, Avax is doing very bullish. I'm more biased towards the upside, especially considering the fact that we are in this symmetrical triangle and we're approaching the apex. And once you start approaching the apex, as always, you tend to see a break. Now, moving down into the daily RSI over here, I did give you this pink trend line, this pink resistance. As you can see, we didn't get near that, and we got rejected before doing so. Before getting rejected from the pink trend line, obviously, we didn't get there. Moving back down here to the green trend line, as you can see, we lost that, and now we're moving to the upside. So here, potentially, we may see a move to the downside, but Bitcoin is bouncing off the daily 20 EMA on its chart. So I wouldn't swing trade my Avax right now, so I would be waiting for a bounce off this trend line over here. So I would be waiting for a move like this and then a pullback to the green trend line, and that would be your good entry point. Obviously, out of nowhere, we can absolutely get overextended and get to these high levels on the daily RSI, and this would obviously mean this would be your indicator to take some profits, but everyone has their own targets, obviously. Also, if you get extended to the downside and you get below the index of 30 over here and you start pulling back down, you have a capitulation below the index of 30. That is a great entry point for any project. So Avax is no exception. Now let's jump into the Binance chart. Now jumping into the weekly chart, as you can see, we're breaking above the 20 weekly EMA, which is a bullish thing in my opinion. Once you're above the 20 EMA, you are in a continuous uptrend, and as you can see, we didn't even have a bounce off the 55 EMA. That's how bullish Avax is. People bought this dip real quick. Anything below $65 was bought up real quick. And if we jump into the weekly Stochastic Rsi, you can see that we are still in the oversold zone. So this means that it's still a good buying opportunity. And in my opinion, it is a good buying opportunity. Even if you're looking to take profits at $192, it's still a good entry. That's still more than 2x. And now let's jump into the 4-hourly chart and see what's going on over there. So on the 4-hourly chart, let me just fix up the chart a little bit. So in the last video, we did take a look at this rising wedge over here. We did manage to invalidate it, break above that resistance, even backtest it as support, but we did end up coming lower. And right now we lost the 20 EMA and the 55 EMA on the 4-hourly chart, and we are potentially as you can see, we're hitting our head on the 4-hourly 20 EMA. We are printing a bearish cross over here, so we may potentially look for a support here on the 786 at $73 on this Fibonacci retracement. This Fibonacci retracement is slightly different from the ones that we've had on the TradingView charts just before getting into the Binance chart. This one has a swing high during the September peak, September 22nd, and the swing low is October 12th. So this gives us the second fib level at $125, the 1.618 at $105. And right now we're breaking above the first fib level over here, as you can see. So from here to the 1.618, that is a 30% move to $106. So feel free to take this trade if that's something you want to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but based on the fibs, that is your technical target right now. And right now you also do have this horizontal resistance line because we've lost that as support. Now we're going to be testing it as resistance. It doesn't matter that it was a part of a rising wedge that it was invalidated already. You can still use this line for future resistance references. Now that is pretty much it, guys. Obviously, if we start moving to the downside in a flash crash or anything, you have your buy zones over here from the previous update. So make sure you check out all the updates on all the coins, guys, the ones that you follow at least, because having more context is always going to be useful, because I may not have mentioned this buy zone over here and you would have missed out on it, right? You wouldn't even notice it on the charts perhaps. But if you watch all the updates consecutively, you will be able to catch all the support zones and all the buy zones that are very, very important. And this anywhere below $55, I think, is a fire sale for Avax. So if I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section, guys. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. We do post technical analysis in there. We also have a Telegram chat and a Discord server. Check those out. And we also do have a Patreon. So check out our HaZeeq Crypto Club, guys. It's a great way to support me, obviously, and a great way for me to give back to those who support me. We have a lot of content popping up on Patreon. Anything from buy alerts to sell alerts, low cap gem calls, project highlights, project reviews, market sentiment analysis, video and technical analysis requests. So all of that is going to be on the Patreon. Feel free to check that out. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.